Already wrote that. What's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Scotty Wilson back with another fabulous episode of vlogging for my sanity. And guess what I'm gonna do today? Today, I'm gonna expose myself. Cause there's a lot of nuances and stuff to me that I was just thinking about earlier today. But I don't really talk about a lot. And not a lot. I talk about it. I have talked about it, but I was just thinking about that. Like, as far as content creating, I look at content creating the same way I look at my music. The reason why you keep going is because you never know what video is going to be the first one that people see. So, with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and expose myself just in case this is the first video that you finna see in me. You know, transparency, authenticity, and all of that good shit that helps you in the long run, but not right away, because you don't get no views right away for being authentic. Well, at least that's how it feels. But anyway, one of my, damn, look at that. Look at my cucumbers. Ooh, my bad, y'all. That shit just made me hella excited. I just got hella excited. Yeah. Plants make me excited. I really think it's because I'm an earth sign, because I've never been, like, my parents have never been, had forced me to be in the yard with them, even though they're both gardeners. My mother's mother was like a super gardener, which I didn't know that until my mother told me recently. So, but anywho, that ain't what we're here to talk about. We're here to expose me. So while I'm exposing myself, I'm also probably gonna do. What am I talking to you, man? So while I'm expressing myself, I'm talking about myself, I'm also gonna do a thing while I'm talking about myself that I need you to understand as I'm talking, so you can get some information, so you can get good information out of me talking. Because I'm here to vent, but I also am here to expose certain little nuances when you in certain positions of life like mine. You know, because if you're just a regular person like me, then there are probably some things that you need to navigate you through this whole, like, content creating, trying to be successful, whatever the case, whatever it is you're trying to do. Because I feel like there are things that blend in easily that we don't necessarily know how to navigate as humans. Well, at least I don't. I'm saying all that to say that's why I felt like I needed to make a video exposing myself, because I don't talk about me being a rapper enough to the point where you would understand that I'm a rapper. At least as far as watching these videos. Like, the whole process of me even doing the content creating, or a piece of it, because I know I've told y'all like several different reasons, but a piece of it is because I knew that content creating in general has always been a large part of being an artist. But now let's get to the fear part so I don't drag it out. One of my biggest fears is me blowing up and getting famous and being judged too harshly for something that I did wrong. You know, because I've done a lot of shit wrong. I done did a lot of shit that I could see me being, you know, I don't know. Like, I don't know how much I should care about that. Because me personally, like, I don't think that even the people that we think are, like, perfect, like, I hate when I see somebody get famous or they blow up and we feel like there's nothing wrong with them. There's always going to be something wrong with somebody. There's always going to be somebody going to say something stupid. Somebody going to do something we don't like. And then we're going to try to hold them to the fire and all that and the other, blah, 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 blah. But that's been like a big fear of mine for some odd reason. I mean, the more I think about it, the more I don't know why. Well, actually, yes, I do. I do know why. Because I fear being judged without context, because that's pretty much one of my biggest triggers since I've been convicted of so many crimes. Well, not being convicted of so many crimes, I ain't gonna say it like that, but because I've been convicted of crimes that I didn't do, and they've had such a large impact on my life. So it's kind of like a trigger. So hopefully by the time, you know, that happens, that I can handle it better, because really, who gives a about what people think, for real, for real. And that's the behavior that I should really have in general, because, you know, overthinking what people should or could say is, I know it hold people back, because I ask people to help me a lot, and I noticed that be one of their favorite excuses is, man, you don't know me, I might say something about my baby mama and she gonna be mad. Then don't say her name, because don't nobody know who you talking about. You can still be honest and give some information that somebody might need. People weird. But at the same time, I also know that that's something that I was doing too. It was something that I was doing too, giving a damn about what people think, because there's a way to speak about your experiences. There's a way to speak about yourself. There's a way of being authentic without being blatantly negative. You know, for example, let's say that you had a bad relationship with one of your parents. I do think there's a way to speak about that in a I'm healing manner, that even if somebody did get upset about that, you and your spirit should know that it's going to work out, because you did that with no intention of hurting anybody. And I know that's a real catch-22, because people say that off. I was listening to somebody say that earlier, that, you know, just because you didn't intend to hurt somebody doesn't mean it's okay to hurt them. And I feel like people pick and choose when they use that phrase, because telling somebody no can hurt their feelings. And we live in a world now where we're almost forcing the narrative of trying to find a better way to say something to somebody, so much so that it feels like it gets used against the people who probably shouldn't have had to explain nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's certain shit in life that we shouldn't have, like, okay. I saw this couple on TikTok. They was having this conversation that I've heard a million times. The guy was saying, no, the woman was saying she don't like when her man speaks to her logically, because it feels like he's commanding her. It feels like there's no, like, feeling and emotion in what he's saying, so he just doesn't like it. And I wholeheartedly understood what she was saying, because I've been told that myself. Like, so I get it. Like, why do you have to be so logical? Like, why you can't just let me be in my feelings? And I always feel like that's an interesting conversation, because I don't think at least based on my experiences, I don't think I've found a proper way to explain that to people yet, because I don't know how to tell you that I don't know how else to tell you that from a man's perspective, that's not how we just don't operate like that. Like, and you didn't raise me to operate like that. Like, even, it's funny, like, let's keep it on the relationship thing. As a woman, when we 9 times out of 10, when you first get in a relationship with a woman, you know, or get in a relationship with anybody for that matter, you're teaching them how to treat you. Like, you're raising them on how to treat you. Literally, it doesn't matter who it is, a friend, a relationship, or a partnership, business relationship. Like, you're literally from day one teaching that person how to treat you, based off the things that you do and don't put up with, right? Now, there are nuances to that when you're young, because you don't necessarily understand that full concept, but it still doesn't make it any less true or not true. Like, it's still true. So, I'm trying not to lose my thought. Hold on. So, when you it's difficult being a man who has conviction, but also has balance and understanding what's the difference. Because to me, it feels like the only men that do that off of GP were raised in a very specific, nuanced situation. Because men can have those traits that you need, but not know how to regulate them the same way the average person does. Because I'm looking at myself compared to other guys. There are other dudes who are able to regulate their emotions in certain ways better than I am, but there are also other guys who cannot express themselves as well as I can. They can't articulate themselves as well as I can. They can't add context as well as I can. So it's almost like we both missing shit. But I can see how that other guy would be more appealing than I would be, because it would seem like, for example, I can see how a lot of women have said to me that I'm in my feelings a lot. I can see that, especially as a Capricorn. I could, because when something's bothering me, when I feel like something's illogical, I will say something. Which is weird, because most men think logically. So me coming to you about something that I'm feeling illogically sounds feminine, unless I add context, which is weird to say to somebody that's like 20. Like, to just tell this man, like, explain in great detail, or explain it in a context in a way that a stranger would understand you, what you're going through and experience right now. I'm not saying that there aren't, like, anybody between 26 and 17 who can't articulate that, but there are always nuances to that that I feel like people ignore. Because first of all of those people who can do that still have other issues. And then they also in unique situations. Like their parents are 9 times out of 10 overachievers. 9 times out of 10. You know, a lot of us don't have overachieving parents. Like most of us came from slavery. So most of us have like, we trying to get by parents. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you come from, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, because there are a lot of us that we trying to get by because a lot of us were trying to survive back then. So that's the mentality of a lot of people. So I don't even think that that's a bad thing to not have that same trait when you're comparing yourself to other people. But as a young person, that's weird. It's super weird, because it's like, well, like, just think about that. Like, the stuff that you try to do when you're like in your early 20s is so dumb to me, like now that I'm in my 30s, because it's like, bro, I was really trying to articulate myself to women as a 20-year-old black man, going through all of the shit that I was going through, like even with the police and my family and like life and all this, that, and the other, and nobody really like want to talk. What? And then on top of that, tried to have proper conversations with women. What? Like, why do you even think that that's possible? Like, what makes you think that's possible? Because most of the people I know, because the crazy part about it is I know people in those nuanced situations where they are the ones that can articulate well, and they still go through shit. They still can't do it all the way. I know people in those nuanced situations who have the go-getter parents, who have a lot of shit set up, and they still have problems. So it's still gonna be one situation or another. It ain't like them people pop out of the womb and they get married right away. If that was, because that's what always kills me about when women say shit like that. Like, I want you to say stuff that to me softer than you know what I'm saying, than you would like as a man. Like, don't talk to me like a man. Like, talk to me how I want you to talk to me as a man. It's like, that's weird. That do you realize how illogical that sounds? And the crazy part is, women, they do know how illogical that is, and they want it anyway. It's like they literally, like, they're literally telling us to lie to them. That's very strange. Because I can only imagine how confusing that is, because I know it was confusing for me. Like, okay, so I'm supposed to lie to women, but not lie to them, but keep it real, but provide, but not really, but have hoes so I don't go crazy, but not have hoes because I want to be faithful, but then have discipline, but then have a little bit of freedom, because it's like, wait, bro, I'm fucking 20. Like, I do not understand for the life of me why we even have conversations with people at certain ages about certain shit. That shit's weird. That shit is fucking strange. Like, it'd be 30-year-olds on podcasts having conversations with 20-year-olds about shit like that. And they be like, you kids, you generation. What are you fucking talking about? Like, that's so stupid. But then again, when I have conversations about people who, like, will bring those podcasts up, man, did you see such? Like, they are the very people who think like that. So it's almost like, sometimes I feel like I live in a world where everybody's just stupid. I can't be the only person to feel like that. And I feel like I'm starting to say that a lot. But I can't be the only person that feel like that. Because people do stupid shit and it don't be making no sense. And it's like, did you even, like, attempt to think about what you said? Like, there's no way you didn't even attempt to think about what you said. There's no way. There's no fucking way. Like, you didn't even attempt to comprehend it. Like, don't get me wrong. I know that I have some takes on women behavior that will, because I speak about that a lot. I speak about women behavior a lot because I feel like it's a very controversial thing that's it's stupid to be controversial. That's why I speak on it, because it's the only thing that triggers certain people to understand what I'm talking about. Which another reason why I think people are stupid, because I have to say certain, I can't talk about being a man too much, because if I do, then I'm gonna single out women and they're not gonna understand where I'm coming from, which is a little bit disingenuous, because I feel like I watch women a lot in order for me to understand life. So I don't like how we do that as a people. Like, we just gravitate towards only our stuff and kind of make it like a gang type of thing. I mean, I get it, but it just, I don't know, I guess because I'm a black man, it doesn't work well for me. Like, we can't do that men versus women thing, because like in the black man community, that's like that's like gotta be one of the stupidest things in the world to do. Like, for us, like everybody else, y'all can have them conversations. Y'all have economic foundations to where y'all can have that dumbass conversation. We don't even, to me, there is no single mother that should be in those like stupid ass relationship conversations. Like, if you have any context on why you're a single mother today and why the government doesn't give a fuck about you being a single mother because y'all be acting like the government gonna save you and they really don't, do you even know how you got to that point? Because if you don't, then I understand. But if you know how we got to that point as a people, then what the fuck are you talking about relationship shit for? Like, you cannot talk to me about that. Like, you can't. Because you don't, it's like you're, okay. It's like you want me to go beat up the dude who hurt your feelings without adding context to why he hurt your feelings. Because if I find out that you went over there fucking with them on purpose and nobody was bothering you and they told you to leave them alone and they were being peaceful about it and they said, please, and they were saying, please, can you leave us alone? Hey, you're bullying me right now. And then you kept going over there fucking with them and you kept going over there fucking with them and you kept going over there fucking with them. And then they punched you in the fucking eye. Now you want to come get me to come save you. Yeah, see, that's why I need context. Because people do shit like that. People do that all the time. And then they say, if that's family. That's weird. That's what that shit is. That shit's weird. I have to bring back my segment. That shit's weird. Because people do weird shit. And I be trying to figure out why. It shit be weird, bro. Man, I got hella fucking cucumbers on that joint. Like, that motherfucker going, bro. I need to get some more water. Oh, shit. And then, look, check this out. So my tomato plant, I got sitting in that little bucket of water, right? Hold on, look. You see, it's like sitting in that little bucket of water, right? With my tomato plant, the one on the, hold on, is that the left or right? Y'all can see. Anyway, while I was finna use that water, because I'm out of water, right? And it's hot as fuck. I was finna water my plants. I was finna use that water. Why the roots of the tomato plant literally like broke through the bottom of the fucking pot? Them motherfuckers all in that water. They like, nigga, we ain't gonna be hot. We don't got nothing to do with none of that shit. I don't know what y'all talking about. That shit is crazy. Which means today I need to go get some bananas and oranges. I definitely need to go get some more bananas and oranges so I can make some more banana and orange water for my plants. Especially with it being this hot. I definitely need some more for sure. Other than that, I think I'm gonna bring my buckets in so I can keep my water inside, because that water be attracting the squirrels too. Fuck them damn squirrels. Tell them squirrels we got beef is up when I see them. Nah, real shit. Damn, I got off on a tangent. My fault, y'all. I'm sorry. I was trying to expose myself of being vulnerable, and I started getting off on a tangent because I just think that shit is so stupid. Like, there are so many nuances to being a human being. I want y'all to understand that I'm a rapper, but I want y'all to go listen to my music and be like, oh man, I fuck with this artist. I fuck with this. They so about the music, because that's 9 times out of 10 what you do. You got to be so about the music and so about everything that they want you to, you know what I'm saying, that you seem very linear. Because that's what that turns into. It's like I get so linear in my life with the music shit that you'll start to think that that's all my life is. And that's so weird when business executives in the music industry are telling me to be more myself and do what I'm doing now. Like, do vlogging for my Sanity and talk about your plants and talk about anime and talk about this and introduce some of your friends with podcasts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything in the business, in the music business, on the music business side, I'm doing everything that them people tell me to do. The other side that's fucking me up is my insecurities and my vulnerabilities, because I think if y'all find out that I like went through a divorce, then you might be like, oh no, I'm not listening to his advice. I'm like, no, that's exactly why you should listen to my advice. One thing I know how to do is fuck up. So if I'm telling you what to do, what's not to do when it comes to fucking up, you should probably listen to me. Because one thing I know how to do is fuck up. I'm trying to tell y'all, I done fucked up a lot. Because I noticed that every time somebody get famous or go viral, it seems like y'all pump people up because they like a special this. They never messed up with this, or they'll super this, or they'll super that. I'm not a super nothing. I'm a super fuck up. How about that? I'm a super fuck up. Yeah, so that's why I was like, yeah, let me get on here and expose myself a little bit. Because I do be wanting to talk about my divorce sometimes, but I don't really want to talk about her, because I do, for one, turn down black women. We just not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I don't give a fuck what I'm going through or what I went through with anybody, because it is some females that I'm like, bitch. But I just, when I get on social media and I talk about certain shit, I try to add, like I said, that's why when I talk to y'all, that's why I always try to add context.
Hi, you
Because there's always nuances to shit. Like, there's nuances to me being a piece of shit, and there's nuances to her being a piece of shit. So for me, I don't want to come on no type of app seeming like I'm judging nobody, because I get famous and I'll be like, nah, that nigga's a piece of shit. So is everybody. I'm not here to display piece of shitness. I'm here to try to fix things. I'm here to try to be a productive member of society to the best of my ability. You know what I'm saying? So I think the overexposure of people when it comes to social media and like being famous or going viral and shit like that, it definitely has that's something I never heard nobody talk about, being scared of it. Because a lot of people seem like they want it, but I think it's one of the sole reasons why I haven't been famous. I'm kind of like scared of it, because people seem like they envy it so much that it's always made me be super hesitant to make a lot of moves, so much so that I feel like I haven't taken enough risk in life, especially with my music career. But it was just like certain stuff for me, it was like, man, it's not worth my life, or it's not worth what could happen in the long run. You know what I'm saying? It was certain times, like even just down to simple shit, where there's certain times where I didn't go out with the fellas because I know, like, bro, if I go kick it with these, I know if I go out with this bitch, she gonna get pregnant. Like it's just little stupid shit like that. Like I know if I go over her, I'm gonna do some stupid shit. I know some stupid shit finna happen, and I gotta deal with that. It might be a decision I gotta deal with for the rest of my fucking life. I'm not going over there. And a couple of times, it's been a few times, like early. That's probably why I reacted like that. But it's a few times early in my life where it's like, something just didn't feel right. It's been times where I'm like, man, I'm not going to the club tonight. Like, motherfuckers is asking me to go. And me being an introvert that never gets asked to get gone nowhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be like, to me, they be real pivotal moments in my life, because I hope I'm saying that word right, because I've said it a few times, and I don't know if I'm saying it right. But anyway, it's been a few times where I'm like, that's happened, and I don't think the people around me realize how big of a moment that was to me, because, like, it maybe like one of the dudes or one of the females called me the next day and was like, bruh, you was smart as fuck for not going out. Like, let me tell you what happened. I'll be like, damn, that's crazy. And just me not wanting to be exposed, me not wanting to be a fuck nigga, me not wanting to have, me just caring about my reputation. Like, and it's kind of stupid looking at it in hindsight, because who really gives a fuck? Like, I could have popped today and changed everything that I made a mistake on, but at the same time, I wanted to create my narrative the way I wanted to. I didn't want the internet or certain particular situations to create my narrative for me. People hanging on to the fact that the baby is gonna be an asshole for the rest of his life just because he started off shooting somebody in Walmart and then was fighting all the time. And it's like, y'all done made that this man's entire fucking narrative is that he always bickering with somebody, to the point where now he just gotta disappear unless he putting some music out, which I can see how that could be, you know, not really a bad thing, but I don't want to do that. Like, I want to have fun with me being a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to enjoy it. Like, not necessarily enjoy just being famous or whatever, but I don't want to, I know it's ups and downs in life, and for me, I don't want to start getting to my goal and then get like bitter, because I've seen a lot of celebrities do that. I've seen a lot of celebrities, like, they get famous and then they start talking about, man, people switched up. I promise you, I got prime suspects of who gonna switch up. I'm already know. That shit be pissing me off when people say shit like that. Man, people switch up on your family, be acting weird and shit like that. I think I already knew who gonna do some stupid shit. I'm pretty sure I know who gonna do some stupid shit. And the ones who I'm the least expect to do some stupid shit, where I'm like, damn, I ain't expect you to do, them people are kind of my prime suspects. The people who I'm like, I would never expect you to do some shit, them are my prime suspects. The ones who in the back of my head, I'm like, nah, they wouldn't do me like that. Yeah, they would. So for me, I'm already mentally like, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of shit where I'm just like, we'll see. Like, the people who, like, when they say people gonna come out of nowhere and hit you up, you know what I'm saying? People gonna be scammers and shit like that. Bro, I'm from St. Louis. People coming out of nowhere to hit you up when something going good in your life ain't got nothing to do with you being a celebrity. That's normal. A lot of the shit celebrities complain about be killing me as a nigga from St. Louis. I'm like, shit, nigga, that's another day in the park. it's the Illuminati. They sleeping with people for business deals. Tyler Perry's gay. Bro, that's a Tuesday in St. Louis. Tyler Perry's gay. We got some Tyler Perry's in St. Louis. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like, nobody gives a fuck. We got some P. Diddy's in St. Louis. Nobody gives a fuck. The sad part is we got women in St. Louis that be like, bro, that bitch shouldn't have been over there. Like, bro, I'm telling you, St. Louis different, bro. We different. Like, because when it comes to the social media, and then when a lot of the shit y'all be saying, I be like, bro, y'all gotta be like, it feels like everybody's a CIA agent, because there's no way y'all live in real life. Because to me, I be like, bro, that's way more normal than people are talking about. Like, it's not good that it's normal, but it's very normal. Like, that shit is crazy to me. Like, the fact that Tyler Perry and Oprah had to start telling, like, the church and the black woman story, when I'm like, bro, how are these conversations not more normal than, and only they can talk about it? Like, that's super weird. That's super, super strange. This story has happened multiple times. Like, I've seen this shit. I tell people all the time, like, I knew who 21 Savage and Lil Uzi Vert was before they got famous, because we had people in St. Louis that if they had took their business more seriously, or if they had like, you know what I'm saying, the little nuances that maybe those people had connecting them, they would have been those. Like, I'm telling you, like, I know a Lil Uzi Vert. Like, I know a dude who, he was Lil Uzi Vert before there was Lil Uzi Vert. He's still like that. That's the crazy part. Like, the dude that's 21 Savage, the dude that I knew that was 21 Savage before 21 Savage, he's still like that. He's still that same guy. So that's why it's like certain shit where I'm like, bro, I don't get why we be acting so shocked when it comes to the world sometimes. It's really weird. It's really, really strange. So, yeah. So, no, I guess I didn't expose myself the way I said I was gonna do. Because to me, it ain't really nothing to expose. Like, I fucked up my music career for the last 10 years because I was on papers twice for some shit that I didn't do, because I didn't fight the system, because emotionally I felt like I had no power. Like, I didn't. Like, there's a lot of things that I probably could have been famous off of as far as issues between me and the police, but in those moments I didn't feel like I had the will to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, like, it was one time, it's because the video is actually on my TikTok. It's a video, it's a piece of it, but it's a video on my TikTok. One time the cops actually kicked it, like, they came to my house and kicked in my door and, like, accused me of a crime that I didn't do. Said I looked just like the nigga who stole some fucking money out of a laundromat. Fucking peasant shit they got me doing. Like, come on, man. Y'all gonna convince me of a crime. Like, commit me of some shit that sounds like cool. Like, y'all got me on some peasant shit, stealing coins out of fucking laundromat and broke ass shit. Anyway, yeah, I straight recorded that, and then I remember I was gonna press the issue, because there do be a little, like, bug in me to tell me, like, juice this for everything that you can. So I went to my lawyer and asked him about it, and you know, when the cops had came in and did that, because all that shit was illegal. I wasn't the dude they was looking for. They came in my house illegally. I didn't invite them in. They weren't supposed. They forced their way in. You know what I'm saying? I had a bunch of weed and shit in my fucking living room. They took all of that shit. Didn't even get no ticket for it. They like, yeah, you ain't supposed to have this shit. I'm like, what? Fuck, you gonna tell me I can't have weed in my house and it's legal? And I had a card at the time, cause I suffer from fucking depression and anxiety. So I had my medical card. So I'm like, bruh. So now y'all gonna take all my shit. Y'all took all my shit. Illegally came in my house, arrested me, harassed me, ruined my fucking day, because I already had PTSD from dealing with cop shit before. Then I go through all of that, right? Go to my lawyer feeling like I can do something right. I'm like, hey, man, I feel like I can do. You know what my lawyer told me? He said, honestly, if you do something, if you try to press the issue, they're probably going to harass you even more. Deflated my whole shit. Like, if y'all only knew how many times, like, little shit like that has happened to me, where I'm just completely deflated as a person. Like, somebody that said some shit to me, I'm like, bruh, it's no hope. Like, there's no hope. So what the fuck am I fighting for? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I got down to the point of just recording and vlogging for my sanity. Still trying to hang on to, like, pushing a little bit as far as the music shit, because it's like, bro, it's so many things said to me where it's like, bro, I really, really, really have lost hope so many times. And the feeling of losing hope haunts me. It's not that I still have lost hope, because I'm still fighting for it. As you can see, I'm still vlogging for my sanity, talking about my music, hoping that shit works out. But the hauntingness of every single time somebody has said something to me that like literally took the wind out of everything that I've done. You know what I'm saying? Like it's stuff family members have said to me. Like it's just like took the wind out of everything, bro. It's stuff friends have said to me. Like I was just watching a Russ interview where Russ was just like, bro, if it wasn't for such and such, I wouldn't even have the energy to like doing it. And I'm just like thinking to myself, bro, I've heard so many rappers say, man, if it wasn't for this dude, and you know what I'm saying, he's really the mastermind behind this. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to Jay-Z and Jazzo, like, you know what I'm saying, little shit like that. Like I've always been the Jazzo, the Dame Dash, the guy that had to do all of the fighting with everybody and all of the, you know what I'm saying? I've always been the Allen Iverson, never the fucking Michael Jordan. You know, so that haunts me. Because I had to do all of the fighting. I had to do all of the fighting and all of the fussing, and you know, when rappers were losing, I went to school and decided to go to the business side. Nobody else, as far as I knew, nobody else did that. Nobody else was using their business information to just give away information to rappers to try to just help them. Nobody else was doing that as far as I knew. Because wasn't nobody doing it for me. That's why I went and did it. Nobody went and doing it. I'm like, bro, I'm doing it. So I really was doing it for selfish reasons, because I wanted to have as much knowledge as possible. So when I did find the people that could help me, that we could work together easily. I would be somebody easy to work with. Like as far as like a manager or something like that. When I ran into a manager or accountant or whatever, that I would be easy to work with. That's why I went and did all of this shit. I didn't do all of this shit to give it away to everybody else. I was like, because nobody gives a fuck. Especially artists. They like, bro, entrepreneurs and artists are probably some of the most selfish people in the fucking world. So for me to try to like always just think about it. Every time, if you are an artist that just so happen to be here, bro, everything that you look up about artists on YouTube to help you with information is based off something an artist or somebody that's in the industry said based off their experience, right? But they're all doing it to give back because they had to find other ways to make money in this industry. To me, because people are selfish. Because every time I watch somebody, some music producer, some rapper, some business mogul or whatever in the music industry, they all say that, oh, well, there's really no platforms for us to do this. But every single platform that created a platform that didn't have a platform is saying we did this because we don't have the platforms. And it all sounds like the same thing. So it's like, to me as an artist, it's like, so basically what y'all telling me is that I'm not going to be a better artist until I start pandering to every other artist because they care more about themselves than me. I got to create a whole bunch of stuff for everybody else because they need to feel included in what I'm doing. That is, I get it. I understand because, you know, of course the customer is so important. But to me as a customer, that's why I'm the type of customer that goes to the restaurant and stack my plates the right way. Because I know what it's like to be the other person. Like, I'm not that fan that wants you to break your neck to make me feel included. I want you to enjoy your process. I want you to have fun because that's what I want. I don't want you to get overstressed about what I want, because when you start thinking too much about what I want, then it gets lost because there are so many voices telling you that. And that's why, to a certain extent, like my favorite YouTuber, that's why, to a certain extent, I give him a lot of grace. Because I know it's so many voices probably telling him certain shit where it's like, bro, just let me do my thing. And I get that. But then when you start doing your thing too much, you start kind of forgetting about your fan. I use my favorite YouTuber, for example. He been ignoring us. Like, to a certain extent. To a certain extent, he will listen to his fans. He'll be like, all right, this is the game that y'all want me to play. The reason why that kind of fucks me up sometimes as a fan, because it's like, all right, you playing the game that who wants you to play? Because some of these games that you be playing, it's like, bro, like, I don't think these your original OG fans is asking you to play these games, because these not even the games that made you who you are. Most of the games that made that nigga who he was and made him so fucking dope is the walkthrough RPG games. So like, why are you playing these one-off stupid ass games that don't have a storyline? the greatest thing that my favorite YouTuber ever did with his video gameplays is not because he's not a game player that shows you what gameplay is. What he used to do that made him dope is he used to take a game, create a whole nother character with the main character, and almost give you a different storyline than you were used to with that gameplay. Because what he did with CJ and San Andreas with that game and created a whole nother fucking character with R. Kelly and basically gave you a whole different, it's like I'm watching a whole different game. And that's what made him dope, because he was so good at being at voiceovers and voice acting and creating a whole nother world in a world. That's what made, like, it for me, that's what made him such a great YouTuber. And that somehow got lost in translation to where now he playing these dumbass one-off games that don't nobody give a fuck about, or he'll sit there and play PUBG all goddamn day. And it's like, that's not why I came here. Like, I mean, yeah, I fuck with you as a fan, but bro, come on. Like, you don't even finish games no more. It's like you don't even fucking finish games no more. And his whole excuse is, oh, well, y'all not watching them for real. Bro, you gave us one day to watch a game like people don't have lives. Like, I don't know how the algorithm works on YouTube. Maybe I'm not into YouTube enough, because I'm into YouTube now, so I kind of know how the algorithms work, but I'm not as big as he is. So maybe I don't understand how big the algorithms are for him to work, because he'd be like, bro, y'all ain't watching the game. I'm like, bro, you posted it one day. You posted it one day. Because I can go back and watch any of your old videos and they have over 100,000. Every single one of the views are over 100,000 views. So people are watching. Don't give me none of that shit. Like, I know people who have playlists who have over hundreds of thousands of views on each playlist of his videos. So I know he's getting the views. So every time he come up with that excuse of, oh, y'all not watching, I'm like, bro, you just didn't want to play the game. It sounds like an excuse at this point. You just didn't want to play the game. You didn't want to finish the game. You just didn't want to play the game. Just say that. Because there's been some games that, bro, we didn't really want to watch you finish, and you finished the game, right? Because you liked the game. You just didn't want to play the game. So now we can keep getting these one-offs every once in a blue moon of some random cheesy game that nobody's going to watch but the fucking trolling ass internet fans that push the narratives now that control everything that all of our favorite celebrities do, which is why all of our favorite celebrities shit starts getting whitewashed, because the internet people are telling them what to do, because they're the ones with the money and they're the ones donating everything. You know, we just living lives and just enjoying shit, so we have no say so. And I get it, we shouldn't have a say so, because the person who spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on your shit, and it's that, yes, that's your favorite fan. I get it. I know. I get it. I can't afford to donate to you every single time you get on Twitch, so I must not be a real fan when I tell you, like, hey, can you finish a fucking game? Like, Jesus Christ, can you at least finish a game? But, you know, whatever. That's enough of that. Because I'm trying to do this thing where I'm like starting to watch my watch time, and I don't really want to go over 30 minutes when I do these vlogging for my sanities, you know what I'm saying? So that's it. We finna pack it up. I'll see y'all on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But if you feel like, if you got any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the bottom. Like I said, I'm just a rapper that be venting. And there's so many nuances to being a rapper. There's so many nuances to being a person, a human being, that I don't really know how to structure these in a way that's like a niche for y'all. I'm just kind of being myself, and hopefully that translates. Where the black go? So that's it. That's it, man. Thank y'all for sitting here listening to me. If you did. Yeah. And I'll holler at y'all on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, because it was hot as fuck out there, and it's cool in here, baby. Oh my goodness, cooler than the other side of the pillow. Come holler at your boy. I'm just dragging, trying to think of something to say. Y'all can leave now. I'm just playing. I'll let y'all later. Or will I? Or am I going to press the stop button? Or am I going to have something else to say? There might be some good information. Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.